Hi guys, it's Andrea. We're going to talk again about pincer grasp today. Today we're going to talk about how we can work on our strength and endurance for a pincer grasp. And I've got a craft that involves using both hands to be able to scrunch up pieces of paper and make it into tiny balls that we're going to use to feed the caterpillar. So we have a couple of pieces of just random scraps of paper that I had. You could use newspaper, you could use flyers, you could use tissue paper if you have it, you could use Kleenexes. And so you're just going to rip the paper if you've got it, and you want to rip it into small little pieces. And then what we're going to do is we're going to scrunch those pieces up. Now for some of the kids, you might have to make them into small pieces first and then get them to scrunch them up. And so you can see I'm using both hands for that so that I can hold it into a nice pincer grasp. Then we're going to feed the caterpillar. Here he is. He's still hungry. And what's great about when we use different odd shapes is that we kind of have to push it through. Some of our pieces of paper are a little bit too big, or some of them are small, and that means that we've got to adjust our motor movements for that. So obviously if they're too big, it won't be able to go through the hole, but it's good to practice that, to have it be different sizes rather than always being the exact same size. One thing I want to just talk about with ripping the paper, it can be really helpful if we just start a little tiny rip and then we set up their hands so that it's ready for ripping and we can start them off. And once they get started, they're probably going to just continue to rip it up. So I'm going to show you from your side here. We're going to set it up so that we make a little rip. We set it up so that their hands are ready on both sides of the paper, and then we can help them to start it off, and they're going to just continue to rip. Once we've taught them to rip paper, I want you to make sure all your important documents are filed away somewhere really high so that kids don't come across the paper and decide to start ripping it up. So I think that's it for today. So you can start scrunching up your paper and feeding your caterpillar. I'm still hungry. Thanks, guys.